Yo guys, it's your boy Big Sexy Girthquake, and I just want to apologize to you guys for the 2-month absences of uploading videos. I haven't been consistent. I've been letting you guys down, but you know what, I've just been so busy. I've kind of gone off boxing as well. I don't particularly like the sport, don't really like talking about it, but obviously stuff that's happened this week in boxing, in the media, about Conor Benn failing a drug test. I thought, you know what, I might as well just make a video and give you guys some insiders on what my opinion is about it. Alright, so this video, obviously, as you can tell, is going to be about Conor Benn and his failed drug test. Well, he's failed a sample drug test. Obviously, they're still waiting for the B sample to be tested, even though the B sample, it consists of basically, for example, if you was to pee in a tube, they would split that tube into two. So I don't understand why the B sample hasn't been tested yet, even though they've known about this for a long time. I'm going to put some screen grabs on the side that show other people's views on what's been going on. For example, Eddie Hearn and Nissi Sewland both knew that there had been a failed drug test, yet they had done absolutely nothing in regards about it, apart from promote the fight and make people, they're not making people, but basically advising people to book hotels, etc., buy tickets, purchase the pay-per-view, etc. So yeah, you got to ask yourself why what kind of people would do that, make people buy a fight. Also, Conor Benn in January of this year was removed from the WBC world ratings because he didn't sign up for a form of drug testing. And yeah, it's to be honest, there's a lot of people out there who've said it for a while that they think Conor Benn was juicing. I personally believed he was juicing. If you look at his physique transformation that he made, if you look at him going from being very shit, losing to Cedric Pienaar, even though he won on points, and being dropped, to suddenly destroying ex-world champions, it's a bit borderline, you know, for a basic fighter who had literally no amateur experience. No one's heard of him from the amateurs, to suddenly going in now as a pro, destroying people and taking people apart. Obviously, a fighter like him, who obviously has a legend as a father, a fighter like him needed an equalizer, because let's face it, when he first went pro and everyone was discussing how good he was, no one was discussing how good he was, they were saying how bad he was. But obviously in recent time, I want to give credit to where credit's due, is I thought he was one of the most improved fighters, but that's based on him being clean, which I don't think he's clean. There's no particular reason why the drug that he was caught with should be in his system. That's usually something that someone would take after a steroid cycle to try and boost back their natural production. He obviously got caught with it, I think personally, because he mistimed the cycle, and when he done the test he thought he was clean, but he didn't. That's why he was caught with traces of it. To be honest, his test is probably going to go missing, a bit like Dillian Whyte's B sample. Funny enough about Dillian Whyte's B sample, you had Dean White on the weekend say this:
that has come undone. I think the guy should be innocent until proven guilty, and they should be given the benefit of the doubt, and the fight should have gone ahead. Some people talking about the interests of the sport. Listen, these guys are fighting guys that are probably on drugs and they didn't know. So hey, listen, I don't know. It is tricky because you want clean athletes. I get it, but at the same time, we don't want to do this to guys without being proven guilty. The evidence needs to be there, you know. So, and right now he's being proven guilty before they've even heard the case. So it's one of them.
Now, I don't understand how someone can say, oh, he should be allowed to fight, blah blah blah, because no, he shouldn't. He's saying innocent until proven guilty. How can he say innocent until proven guilty when the guy has literally had a test that's tested positive? Like, let's be real here. If someone's the evidence is there, he tested positive, and you're saying he's innocent until proven guilty. Let's remember that both promoters of the show knew about this test weeks ago. Why have they not tested the B sample? Why have they kept that hidden? I don't know. What I want you guys here to do is listen to his ex-opponent, former IBO world champion.
I find it very hard to believe that this is the first, but you don't go, it doesn't, I don't believe it just happens in one fight. You have to be on this. Maybe this comes from the Chris Algieri fight because of the fashion that he knocked out Chris Algieri was a one-punch fashion. It was ugly. And then I fight him, and in my whole career, people say, yeah, it's father time. No, it's not father time because I've not taken damage in my career. But now everything adds up for me. I mean, he was super quick. He's angry. His aggression is on point. And round 2 happened, and he hit me with one punch. And all I remember when he caught me flush, man, I was buzzing. I've never experienced that. Not facing Errol Spence. None of my fighters, but I was buzzing and I was out of it. And before I knew it, the fight was over. I was on the canvas, and I accepted it. I accepted it that I lost to the better man.
Yeah.
But now with everything surfacing, and I go, and I really look at it from the back, and I go, man, he was very, very confident going into that fight. Man, and so confident, and so much energy, so much anger, so much fire, and then putting me down with one punch. I was like, man, I find it very hard to not question. Has this been happening maybe since the Chris Algieri fight?
Talking about Conor Benn, and if you see on the side now, you can see he's fought a lot of guys like Errol Spence. He's never been put down in his life, and then suddenly fights Conor Benn and gets decapitated in 1 round. I don't know, man. Like, that's a bit. You've gone from a guy who got beat up and dropped by Cedric Pinard, who's half and half, 8 wins, 8 losses, to now destroying a former world champion like no one else has destroyed him before. Alright, people are asking me, do I think the fight should have gone ahead? No, obviously not. A man's tested positive for a banned substance. Of course it shouldn't go ahead. And the worst thing about it is I think we should have all been told about this the weeks ago when the promoters knew about this, when everyone else found out about this. Why are we getting told about this so close to the fight when everyone's already booked their hotels, had paid for the fight, bought tickets, etc., organised travel arrangements? We should have been told about this before. Another thing, why is Tony the Bell-End Bellew suddenly gone quiet? This is a man who rants and raves about anyone who tests positive in any formal way in
No ifs or buts, you fail for performance-enhancing drugs, you're banned for life. No ifs.
He's suddenly gone ultra quiet, and that's a man who loves to be in front of the camera. Where's he gone? Where has that guy gone? He's gone missing off planet Earth. Someone needs to file a missing persons report on him. He's gone missing. And people are asking me as well, what do I think about the undercard, etc. First of all, I don't care about the undercard. I don't care about the undercard. I don't care whether they're not making no money for not fighting, which is what a lot of people would be saying. Because number one, they should be having sponsors anyway, so they are getting paid some form of money. And number two, I don't care. There are better fighters out there like myself with more length, more girth, more championship gold, who are not getting the opportunities, who are not getting the chances. They should be lucky that they was even on an undercard like that. They should be lucky that they even getting the opportunities, because there are better fighters, better looking fighters. As I said before, more length, more girth, and more championship gold. Just to point this out, I've won more championship gold than everyone on that undercard combined, because there's levels in this game. Alright, what I want you guys to do here is listen to this interview that Conor Benn gave, and listen to how he lies and says he spoke to Chris Eubank after he got outed with the positive sample. Then listen to what Chris Eubank says, which confirms the guy is a liar. He is a con man.
A very unusual day for you. I know your legal advice has been not to say anything to anybody, but you wanted to come and speak to us today. The floor is yours.
Well, listen, I wanted to say this personally. Obviously you guys have read what the Daily Mail published about me today, and I wanted you guys to hear it from me personally rather than reading it in a statement from me and my team. I've not committed any violations. I've not been suspended. So as far as I'm concerned, the fight is still going ahead. I've spoken to Chris personally, and we both want the fight to go ahead. We've both taken medical and legal advice, and as I said, we want the fight to happen for the fans. You know, I've signed up to every voluntary anti-doping testing there is under the sun. Throughout my whole career, I'm tested. You know, all my UK tests have come back negative throughout my whole career. I've never had any issues before. Even in the lead up to this fight, my tests have come up negative. You know, so my team will find out as to why there's been an initial adverse finding in my test. But as I said, as far as I'm concerned, the fight is still going ahead. I'm a clean athlete, and we'll get to the bottom of this. So I just want to thank everyone for their continued support, and I'll see you all on Saturday.
Just one more question on the conversation with Chris Eubank. Did you reach out to him this morning? How was that conversation?
He fully believes. You know, he believes in me. And, you know, it's not who I am, it's not what I'm about. You know, I'm a professional athlete, and, you know, he was understanding.
So as far as you're concerned, open
we
workouts?
We both want the fight to go ahead. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the fight is going ahead.
OK, Conor, really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. We hear that you had a phone call from Conor Benn this morning. What can you tell us about the conversation you had together?
There was no phone call.
Have you spoke to Conor?
No, we haven't spoken.
So that's incorrect information. Conor said he spoke to you on the phone this morning.
Yeah. No phone call. We haven't spoken since this has been announced, and it's a shame, you know. But my promoters, his promoters, the Boxing Board of Control, they're going to sort it out. I'm ready. I'm clean. I'm 60%. You know, I've been tested my entire career. For the last 10 years, I've been tested more than I've ever been tested for a fight during this training camp. I have an app on my phone where, you know, I have to designate where I'm going to be every single day, and I've been on that app for my entire career, and I will be on it for the rest of my career. And they can come and test me, blood, urine.
All right, so now I'm gonna play you some clips of Eddie Hearn contradicting himself. I'm gonna play some clips of him talking about VADA, how it's important, and then clips of him saying how it's not important. So you guys, I want you guys to let me know what you think of this video. Obviously make sure you like, comment and subscribing. I'm gonna try to keep the videos coming regularly, but it's a bit difficult, you know, because at the moment I've got...
And to do that illegally or to enhance that performance, I'm not talking about banning fighters, I'm talking about imprisoning people who do that. Money, I want to put on good fights, so that was a good fight for the zone, so I'm disappointed. But what is the point in signing up for drug testing if when you fail everyone just goes, oh, don't worry about it, just let him fight, you know? Yeah. So and the argument of, well, it's all right with UKAD is totally irrelevant. You've signed drug testing with VADA, the best testing agency, in my opinion, in the sport.
Ongoing process now with the investigation. It's a difficult situation for the board because the board do not acknowledge VADA testing. You remember when Billy Joe Saunders tested positive for VADA, he was banned by the Massachusetts Commission. The board did not suspend him or ban him because they don't acknowledge VADA. They only acknowledge UKAD, of which Conor Benn has had multiple testing for this fight, and it's all been negative. So there's a lot to digest and go through, and right now obviously the legal teams are speaking with the board. They have to be comfortable as well to obviously sanction the fight, and we'll see how it unfolds.
Bullshit. Got no problem with this fight happening on BT. What I've got a problem with is VADA testing not being in the contract. I can't let my fighter go in with a fighter off the back of John Pascal's failed test without VADA testing in the contract. Not, yes, we've all written off to Margaret and then once it's signed we'll pay for it and get it done. Bollocks, I don't trust you. In the contract. Bullshit.
I always hope and I always want to give athletes the benefit of the doubt to say, okay, you took something, you know, someone gave you something to take, or you didn't know what you were taking. But do you know what is the absolute liberty about all of this? Is the way that he, after he failed that test on Monday, texts me, texts you, to say, I swear I've not taken anything. this is sabotage, this is just a system against me. Fuck off. It's an absolute, and you know what, it makes me sick that someone would go to those lengths in a fight. People have died in the ring.
And I'm gonna try to keep the videos coming regularly, but it's a bit difficult, you know, because at the moment I've got like a real dislike towards boxing. I kind of hate the sport. I don't like the way the sport's run, and I hate being blackballed, you know. Obviously I want to come back to the UK. I ain't fought in, I think it's been just like 10 and a half months at the moment, but pushing 11 months. I could easily go abroad, pick up more championship gold, but the idea is to sell 200, 300, 400 tickets on my return and fight in the UK, you know, because I know I'll definitely sell them tickets, because the amount of people that are constantly asking to buy tickets and to watch me fight. I don't know, man. I don't know, but hopefully I can get a fight out in the UK, whether it be on a small show or a big show, whatever, man. I just want to fight. I just want to knock people out. It's what I've done pretty much my whole life. My record speaks for itself. All right, that's it from me. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and peace.